Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're all doing very well. So I said that I would produce a full-length video in terms of some of the business ideas that I've been thinking about. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the 5 business ideas that I have had, and I would love to get your views in terms of positives and negatives, and let me know at the end which one is your favorite. So let's get into today's video. In no particular order, the 5 business ideas that I have been thinking about in terms of seeking additional revenue. One, I've been thinking about digital products. It seems to be all the rage at the moment in terms of YouTube, and maybe I'm a little bit late to the party, but Canva seems to be a relevant platform in terms of producing ebooks or online courses. And there's been a few famous individuals on YouTube about how to produce additional income through digital products. A couple of things that I have noticed is that it seems as though the way to produce the digital product and make it successful is ultimately you hopefully have a product that is so good at the entry point in terms of the price that it goes viral. And one of the ways in which you can make it go viral is that you develop a product which is very, very narrow and very, very niche. So I think it's something like, if we think about titles in terms of ebooks, you may be thinking of, 80 ways to exhaust your dog without having to go for a walk, or here are 100 free ideas that you can carry out on the weekend if you were bored and you didn't want to spend a penny. Things like this, very niche, very bespoke, very specific, and hyper specific. So some of the things that I've been thinking about that I feel that I can maybe add value in terms of a very specific or niche product, I was thinking something like how to be slim or how to stay skinny as a woman over 12 weeks with 0 exercise. That's something I basically fall within that category. After 40 years of trial and error, I've finally found a methodology that works in terms of sustainability, longevity, with being skinny, being slim, without having to exercise. And I could coach women in this particular regard, and I'd be very, very confident with it. It's evidence, it's scientific backed. It's covered by other individuals on the YouTube platform, but I feel I have a different angle because I would definitely focus on the evidence and the science, and I would coach women on a one-to-one basis, or produce an ebook accordingly, or produce some course, whatever's going to be helpful. Let me know what you think about that. So that's one kind of avenue that I've been thinking about. 2, in terms of business ideas and additional income, I've been thinking about real estate. Again, nothing earth-shattering here. I guess this can be a bit of a complicated topic because it really depends on where you are at the stage of your life and what you want to do. Where I am at the moment, where I live in the suburbs, it's not in the city. I know that if I bought a property, there would be no capital appreciation, but I have been asking about rental yield, rental income, and basically I would be looking to break even, 1 for 1. So whatever my mortgage is, I would be looking to get a tenant just to cover my mortgage for the initial, 2-3 year, 5 year period while macro environment is pretty tough, and then maybe think about it from a rental income point of view. This would be the second property, so break even is good enough for me. So that's the second option in terms of additional income. The third income stream that I've been thinking about is side hustles. What can I do in addition to the day job? And I'd be lying to you if I said that I'm coming onto YouTube merely just for fun. I mean, it is nice. It is nice to develop a community. It is nice to come and express myself on this platform. But there is the inadvertent kind of idea in the back of my mind that I'm either using YouTube as a platform to develop a following and therefore a kind of customer base, if I'm honest, or like these other influencers who seem to add value, maybe in time I could provide a little bit more dedication and focus in terms of possibly trying to earn through YouTube. Again, inspiration derived from Ali Abdaal, Izzy, his wife now, who clearly are well-educated Cambridge doctors who have quit the day job and gone into social influencing. So it seems like a formidable path, but again, it requires real dedication and commitment. And to be honest, I haven't yet turned my mind to that. So not really sure in terms of viable additional income. The fourth thing that I've been thinking about is, do you study and then kind of increase your profile from a career point of view? If you get a formal qualification under your belt, you start opening up doors in terms of jobs, and therefore you increase your base salary, and maybe depending on the sector you're in, you're able to hopefully increase discretionary bonus depending on the sector you're in. So that's another way that I've been thinking about additional income, is studying, increasing my brand and my profile, and maybe opening up more opportunities in terms of a higher base salary and discretionary bonus. And then the final option, in terms of business ideas, are really just networking. Like, I was invited to do a podcast, which unfortunately I had to decline because of my day job, but we did have an introductory call, and I joined, these wonderful women, and each of them were very formidable, and it was just incredible to connect with them. You felt ignited and you felt energized because these incredible, intelligent women were doing fantastic things. And we had this introductory call about this potential podcast that we were going to do, and I just felt invigorated from the conversation. They were clearly technically very bright, they were ambitious, they were super easy to talk to, and it was just a wonderful conversation to have. So I'm going to try and set up a dinner or coffee date, or a lunch or something with these women, and try and network more and talk about common topics and what people are hearing and seeing on the ground. And again, that just increases your kind of knowledge capacity, increases your kind of serendipity luck, so to say. If you're informed about a particular topic and an opportunity comes up, then you're able to strike because you're already kind of having conversations around it. So networking is something that I'm also doing. So those are the 5 things that I'm doing in order to kind of increase my chances of additional income. That's 1, I'm thinking of e-products such as an ebook, Canva, a course, online course, so digital products. 2, I'm thinking of property in terms of rental income, not necessarily capital appreciation. 3, I'm thinking about studying, increasing my job prospects, and therefore the potential for an increased base salary or discretionary bonus. 4, I'm networking in terms of increasing my chances of networking with phenomenally intelligent people who may be able to put me in contact with other people to connect, and you never know what's going to come from those connections serendipitously. You know what I mean? I'm not sure whether that's the word, but you know what I mean, kind of organically. And then 5, I'm also thinking about YouTube, right, as a platform. So let me know what business ideas you guys are thinking of. Let me know what additional income sources you're thinking of. We'd love to share ideas with you, and look forward to seeing all of your wonderful comments. All right, chat soon. Bye.